Authentic Middle Ages in the 21st century. Quite possible. Latvia, Riga, Old Riga. The medieval restaurant, situated on the territory of the wine vaults, standing here at least since the 12th century. Wine store at the moment is a basement, relatively smart, because in the 13th century it was not only the storage of wines, but also the venue for the celebration of the Riga town hall. Everyone who comes here for the first time can get the feeling of a real-time travel experience. There is no trace of a modern life, from lack of electric lighting and kitchen.
Кухня, да, выдержана в стиле средних веков, а именно 5-й.
Kitchen is in the style of the Middle Ages, namely of 5th-15th centuries. We have no potatoes, because potatoes were imported in the 16th century by Christopher Columbus. There is none. All dishes are made in the style of most of the Middle Ages. There are so many dishes that were used by the famous people of the era, such as the last master of the Templars, Jacques de Molay, some French or English kings. They also have meals in our menu, which they once ate in the Middle Ages. Story about unique places usually starts with the well. This, the only well which has survived in the city since the Middle Ages. Historians say that there were 7 of them in the city at that time, and they can confirm it. It still operates, but due to the fact that the cultural layer of the city fell down, and if we had not blocked it, we would be flooded, so there is a seal. The water is circulated, but not until the end. There is a small key. Therefore, a well doesn't operate anymore, to be honest. Also, the restaurant is still an element of ramparts dating from the 13th century. There is even a window through it penetrated sunlight. Once before, in the 13th century, we could look into them, but now they are under the ground. The last original thing is a Gothic vault. There are 4 of them. They are in the same hall as well. They are also original and preserved from the 13th century. They have pictures, but the pictures unfortunately new, and themselves Gothic vaults are original. Capturing the spirit of the time, the organizers did not forget to take care of the costumes of the staff. Clothing and footwear suit specially for them, given all the developments of medieval fashion. By the way, the manner of serving dishes, which initially was perceived as a rude behavior, in fact turned out to be perfected action that captured the spirit of the era. This is the way meals were ordered, as if carefully thrown on the table. Instrumental compositions of popular ethnic group complement the whole picture of the Middle Ages. Servant here is a traveling musicians. For non-discerning listener, it is difficult to understand the style of the works executed by them, but what they do not have any notes of modernity. It's unique. And this is the institution of a later period. In the 18th century, in this place it was located a pharmacy, in which Riga pharmacist Abraham Kunze coined the famous curative prescription Riga Balsam. Ostensibly, it was here he traded his amazing drug, bitter tincture of herbs, which helps with digestion, and as the old reference books wrote, help even with fractures. The surroundings of the pharmacy, in which, according to legend, worked the famous alchemist, the organizers recreated place in detail. It begins with a cozy little coffee shop in the style of the 18th century. In its interior, there is a lot of interesting things, different flasks, bottles, lighted candles, a huge book with recipes of the past centuries. After one of the rooms of the coffee shop, across the aisle, lurking behind a harmless bookcase, can be reached in a very secret alchemical laboratory. Kunze did not leave the exact recipe of his old wonder drug to the world. Modern alchemists restored it to preserve the remnants of the elixir. Today, healing drink is produced in an entirely different place. Well, here, famous Riga recipe, combined with the magic of chocolate souvenirs and handicrafts, offers visitors a journey into the mysterious past.